Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Akian. And this is, going to be another video going into, self-rebuke. Okay. Unfortunately, I do that a lot because, all right, not really that strong in the truth or strong in the faith. So every once in a while, my faith gets weak, and I have to just call it back to remembrance, remind myself of the glorious works of the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, and assure through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai that everything is ultimately going to be okay. Okay, and what better way to do that than with a video? You do the video, you go through the scriptures, and then you feel your spirit is going up, man. Because once you do the video and you go through the scripture, that's a faith builder right there, which is why it's so essential. Okay, a man, as you a man, being a man believing in this truth, being full-bodied and perfectly able to make these videos, that you do them as well, because these are the greatest faith boosters that you can have. We are going into these topics and going through the scriptures. Increasing your learning, okay, increasing your faith, increasing your fear in the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. So just like you see in the title, if you are weak right now, okay, if you are getting weak in the spirit, if you are losing patience, losing faith, you're getting tired, okay, of their things and the afflictions and the tribulations that are going on the earth right now, imagine what you will do when it's time for Jacob's trouble. You just give up instantly and take the sea heap, okay? You give up instantly and take Esau's mark. You're not even going to trust in the Lord. You go. Suppose you are forced out of your home and you have to spend a day or two without any food. Man, you just instantly drop everything you're doing and just run towards the cheap, man. Okay? Suppose you have to sleep in the suppose you have to sleep on the road or sleep in the forest for a few days, okay? Suppose you have to be removed from the comfortable situations that you have right now in this kingdom that Esau has given you. If in this time that we're in, where shit isn't even happening, the beginning of sorrows, nothing is happening on the earth, and you're starting to lose faith, okay? You get a little, the most I put a little hell on you, put a little affliction on you, okay? And when I say on you, so okay, I meant on me, okay? And I start to lose a little faith, I start to complain about the hell you're catching right now, okay? Then what hope do you have in Jacob's trouble? Your faith isn't even strong enough to withstand the normal tribulation that we face every day in this truth. Because even if you are a part of this truth, right, you still face tribulation, you still face temptation and affliction, and all kinds of trials from the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. That's why I believe that should be in the book of so let me just click on it. I think it's either, I think it should be wisdom. Okay, the book of wisdom. I believe that is Sirach. Okay, no, that's not. It's Ecclesiasticus. Okay, and I always get it mixed up because Ecclesiasticus, the second chapter, and Sirach, the second chapter, has some fire precepts in it. Ecclesiasticus 2 verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation. That's the point right there. Just because you're in this truth, just because you're serving the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, does not exempt you from anything happening to you. Okay, does not exempt you from anything. The courses are not, the courses are still on you, okay? You will still receive trials from the Most High to test your faith, to try your faith, okay? All these things still play a part in your life, now that you are in this truth, now that you are serving the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua, doesn't make you, top with dog Israelite or anything like that. It doesn't mean that now you are above anybody else in the world. In fact, if anything, it means that now now that you cemented and you sealed yourself and make sure you're at the bottom of everybody else in the world, okay? Because basically, you've come against this system and against everything that is, everything that this system stands for, everything that this kingdom stands for. So in other words, you're basically putting yourself at the bottom, okay? In order for, okay, let me just get that. In order for the glory to be revealed in you when the kingdom comes, let's get that. So you see right here, Romans chapter 8, verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. And basically, we are going through it right now, okay, because can't sit here and say that nothing is really happening to us through the spirit. We are going through it, all kinds of persecutions. We are seeing even so the signs that things are about to heat up, things are about to get worse. So we are going through it right now, but what we are going through is still nothing compared to what will happen in the time of Jacob's trouble. So let me get this precept right here. Okay. Now that this is a perfect chance to go into this. So this is the book of Proverbs 24 verse 10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. Okay, that's basically the precept that's basically the precept that caught me to the heart, man. You can't start fainting, you can't start getting weak and start complaining over the hell that you are catching in over the hell that you are catching on the earth, or the hell that you are catching in this truth, or anything like that. You can't be getting we're not even in it like that. We're not even in the thick of it. We're not even in the midst of Jacob's trouble or anything like that. And we are out here getting, I'm out here getting weak and weak and spooked. Okay, and this goes for other brothers as well that might be feeling the same way. You're getting weak. You're getting weak in the spirit. You're getting spooked and worried about things that don't really matter in this truth, man. Even though the scriptures say, let's get that. Let me go to that, because there are 2 points I want to bring out right now. The first one being that, even though Jacob's trouble will be far worse than this, and you will still be expected to continue in this truth, to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, to still follow the faith and the righteous path, and even more so, the second part. Even though the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is with us, even through our affliction, as the scriptures say, so you should not be worried about anything that may happen to you in these times that we're in, because that the Most High ultimately will vindicate and deliver us. Jeremiah 30 verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And that's the main point I've been going into right now, Jacob's trouble, because the affliction can still get very much worse for our people, okay? Especially for you Israelites that are out there, especially for you Israelites that are in the truth, the affliction can still get much, much worse, okay? The tribulation and the persecution can still get much, much worse, because you have to remember where Esau, Edom, where the so-called white man and people of this world are going to take it to. Demonization, imprisonment, beheadings, okay? So, it's just that, and that is just a preview of how bad things can get. Being an exile and a pilgrim upon the earth, it's just a preview about how bad things can get, because you still don't even know what kind of tribulation you will meet in that day, man. You don't know what kind of suffering that you see in the time of Jacob's trouble. But the main point is, still is that Jacob, okay, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, or most especially the elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, you shall be saved out of it, okay? You shall be saved out of it, and this is another cut for me once again, because I was worrying over some little insignificant shit, man. Okay, that's the way I can put it. And I was worried over nothing, because the most say how Hashem got me. Okay, that's the sound of me beating my chest. The most I got me. Okay, through all the trouble, through the tribulation, and even up to the point of Jacob's trouble. No matter how bad things get, it will still be okay. It will still be most that I'm looking for right now. It will still be, I'll still come out of it whole, because even the scriptures tell you that, that how does that go again? Let me get that. That the righteous, let me get that. Let me just get that. Let me just get that. Here it is. So this is the book of Proverbs 37, and I'll start from verse 25. Proverbs 37 verse 25. I have been young and now I'm old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. Okay, and that's right there. The Most High, how about Hashem Yahushua, not allow us to be, forsake us, okay, or put us in such a, or completely leave us desolate. But as the scriptures say, okay, he will give us our daily bread, so just enough to survive for the day. That includes, everything: food, raiment, housing, so on and so forth. Okay, so we have nothing to be worried about. We have nothing to be worked up about, because ultimately, at the end of the day, the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, will bring us into the kingdom, because that is the ultimate goal, right? But anyway, continuing on. Like I said, ultimately, no matter what tribulation comes your way, right, affliction and suffering and so on and so forth, you're not really, in that day, man, the Most High, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, we receive the strength to withstand and endure all things, okay? Because that is basically what we are to or what we are supposed to do in this truth, to endure all things, to be a part of the elect, to endure all things for the elect's sake, that we might be counted in that number, that we might give diligence to be worthy of our election, to be worthy of our calling, okay? To be worthy of the election of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, ultimately in the last days, we trust in the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and He will be just like Psalms 94, first chapter, the whole chapter, but the main point being in the fourth verse. The Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will be our shield and buckler. But the whole of Psalms 91st chapter is showing you that because you have made the Most High your habitation, because you have trusted in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, nothing shall come upon you, nothing shall harm you, nothing shall touch even the hairs of your head, okay? Nothing. What? I have to go and get it. I have to go and get it now. Let me just bring it out. Psalms 91st chapter. Okay. So this is the book of Psalms 91 verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh, shall abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. Okay, and continuing on, and it's going into the same thing, the deliverance of the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai. Okay, that will be delivered from all of the, from all of our troubles, okay? And I'm always trying to find a good word to talk about the tribulation, right? Talk about the afflictions that we face in this truth, but I also think I'll use the same normal words, afflictions, tribulations, persecution, so on and so forth, okay? But the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua will deliver us from every aspect of it, because that is ultimately, the plan of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for our people, the Israelites, once again, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and the scattered elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, okay? Any situation we fall into, the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua will make a way for us to be delivered out of it, and that makes me think of a precept. So let me precept that, that makes me think of a precept saying too much. But anyway, 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13. There hath no temptation taking you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that he may be able to bear it. Okay. So the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will not give you a temptation that you can't hold, you can't carry, okay? And did it again. But anyway, something that is easy for you to bear. You will not put anything that is above, okay, is above, not put any temptation on you that is above you, but something that you can bear, and even with all that, still make a way for you to be delivered out of it. And that's why I read that precept right there, That's why I made that statement that the Most High will make a way for you to be delivered out of any situation you fall into. So the question now is, what am I worried about? I'm a fucking idiot, So okay, that was exactly about that, but it's always trouble in the flesh in this truth. And then out of nowhere, you start getting weak, you start questioning, you start getting double-minded, all kinds of, start getting worried. And then just thinking about it, you feel like you feel like an idiot just because of it, because you shouldn't have these problems. You are a man of, especially for me, man of the Lord that goes out to the highways and byways and teaches the word. After everything, after how I've preached and tell people trust in the Lord, I'm still out here being double-minded and questioning. Okay, but all that is cleared up now. I'm trying for the most part to put my trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, but yeah, the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, I've put my trust in Him because, well, who else are you going to put your trust in? How does that preset go? Basically, you can't put basically, the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and put your trust in the Lord. and it cannot fail. Okay, I'm trying to think of the precepts. Not really sure I can bring it out. But basically, the same thing. Trust the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. Trust the Lord. All right, and of course, you'll see that there are many precepts going into the same thing. I think it was something like trust the Lord. What can man do unto me, or something like that. Was it's particularly going into the same thing. We don't need to start going precept upon precept upon precept upon precept concerning trust the Lord, because that should already be what I'm looking for. That should already go without saying. You know, and let's also not forget that what we are fighting for, what we are going out to the highways and byways and doing all this work for. Okay, the kingdom is at hand. And that is why, yeah, the tribulation, the affliction is kicking up to a higher gear. That's why the hell that are catching on this earth is kicking up to a higher gear, because the tribulation is at hand. The fire, the flames that are being spread all over the earth is increasing, because the coming of our Lord Yahushua is drawing nearer and nearer. And Esau, Edom, the devil that he is making it difficult on the earth for the people of the world, because he knows that, as the scriptures say. Let's go to that. And once again, Esau Edom, the devil that he is, the devil, Esau Edom, the devil, the so called red man, okay? And we condemn, expose this evil man or these evil people, the whole family, throw the whole kingdom away, okay? Revelation 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And because these devils understand that their kingdom is coming to an end, because they screw it up for themselves, but you already know how it is. How can a clean thing come out of an unclean thing? So on and so forth. So many other precepts to go into. Though favor be shown to the wicked, yet shall he not learn righteousness, right? And Esau Edom, being the profane fornicator that he is, he could not, he fumbled his own bag, okay? He fumbled his own bag, he messed up, put himself above the most high Yahweh Basham Yahushai, put himself above the Israelites, exalted himself against the most high Yahweh Basham Yahushai. He fumbled his own bag, There's nothing more for you devils except your swift and immediate destruction, which is coming to you right now as we speak. And of course, the fire is being raised up, and we, as the Israelites, even the elect, Lord willing, I part of that number, will be caught in it as well. That's Zechariah 13, verse 8, right? That shall come to pass that in all the land of course is the land of Babylon the Great, but also can apply to the whole earth. So this is the book of Zechariah 13, verse 8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire. I will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. So it's all good, We shall be brought through the fire, through the hell, through the affliction, through the tribulation. This should be strengthening my faith a little bit more right now. Because ultimately, let's not forget, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of the Most High, our rest, the kingdom of our Lord Yahushua, the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is at hand. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the good news, the great news. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua Ba'asham Racha Kwadash Wa Abad Babal. And through the Spirit of you, Akima Yakwath, edified by my fuck ups. Shalom.